I'm off on a food adventure again today, focused around dairy products. My first stop was in Wensleydale, well, Hawes, the Wensleydale Creamery. Now, I didn't go for cheese, I actually went for ice cream because I saw an ad on Facebook for their ice cream. It looked delicious, so I went and I tried a cone. It was very nice. And coming back, I stopped for some lunch in Ingleton. And I only wanted a snack, so I had the cheese board. And it said on the menu it was 3 local cheeses. I thought that'd be nice. Anyway, the cheeses were Kick-Ass Cheddar, which is from Preston, Chipping. I know where they make that one. One from Leicester, Spartan Ho, I think, from Leicester, and one from Northern Ireland. So I think they lost their way a bit as far as local cheeses go. Anyway, I've just pulled into a cheese shop on the way home, and I just gave the cheesemonger carte blanche. I said I don't want a lot of cheese, I want a lot of cheeses. So rather than a big chunk, give me little chunks of a few so I can try them, because I like to try new things. So she went away and she cut me a few bits off, and I've got to try when I get home. I've got a Darling Blue. I think she was telling me she liked me, Darling. A St James's, which is a sheep's cheese. It says U. This one is a goat's cheese, Hebden Goat, unpasteurised goat's cheese made by Gillian Clough in West Yorkshire. A Berwick Edge. Don't know till I get home. Quite a tough one. And another quite hard one, a Summerfield. So what I'll do before I get home and eat them, I'll have a look online and find out a bit about what she's given me. But quite, and I also got some quince paste. Got quite a taste for that. It goes down well with cheese, especially the hard ones. You know, they're quite hard to swallow, can't they? Just moistens it up a bit. Cheese lubrication. Right, anyway, speak to you later. Hi, it's me. Are you okay? I've had another great weekend of discovering foods I've not tried before and driving about the countryside. Yeah, it was ace. On Saturday, I went to a cattle market in Gisborne, and there was a cafe there, but unfortunately they only accepted cash. I didn't have any cash with me, but I'm going to go there again. This great big cafe where all the farmers are eating while they're buying and selling cattle at the auctions. So you know it's going to be good stuff in there, don't you? Anyway, I went to a cafe across the road, which was very nice. Then I got my motorbike and I sped up to Hawes, to the Wensleydale Creamery, because I wanted to try their ice cream. I heard it was very good, and it was. But I didn't buy any cheese there. My first cheese experience yesterday, I stopped at the Martin Arms in Ingleborough for my lunch and I had the cheese board. And I had 3 fantastic cheeses. One I've had before, which was a Kick-Ass Cheddar. That's made up in Chipping near Preston. It's a Proctor's Cheesemakers. It's not just a nice strong cheddar. The other 2 was a Colleen, which was a goat cheese from Galway, and a Spark and Ho Blue, which was nice from Leicester. But because I had that for my lunch, I actually wanted to get, there was a cheese shop I wanted to go to, but I'd already had a lot of cheese, so I'm going to eat it today, the day after. So I went to this cheese shop, or this cheesemonger, called the Courtyard Cheesemongers, the Courtyard Cheese Shop. I'm not sure. Anyway, I'll put the link up. It's a fantastic place. You go in there, they know so much about cheese. Being a cheesemonger, you'd expect that, wouldn't you? But they've got cheeses in there as big as a wheel, from all over the place, and they just know everything there is to know about cheese. As soon as you go in, they're like saying, try this, try that. So what I did, the lady who was serving me, I said, look, I just want some cheese. I don't want a big piece of cheese, I want a few small pieces of cheese, because I like to try a variety. I want to try cheeses I've not had. So she picked me 5 cheeses, which is what I've got here. I'll tell you what they are, and then I'll go through and tell you a bit more about them when I'm trying them. They've also got a little wine shop next door to the cheese shop. So I went in there and the nice man sold me a bottle of wine, which cost more than my normal bottles of wine. He said it'd go very well with my selection of cheeses. I'm guessing he says that to everybody who buys cheese in the shop next door, to be honest, but you know, it is a very nice Chardonnay. It's from South Africa. It's unoaks. Don't care. Right, anyway, so what cheeses I've got? Now the first one is a Hebden Goats. The next one is a Darling Blue. Sorry, there's the Hebden Goats, bit gooey. There's my Darling Blue. Bear in mind I told her I only wanted little pieces. It's not that little, is it? So my Hebden Blue, sorry, Hebden Goat, Darling Blue, Berwick Edge. Good cheese out. St James's. And this one, I've not forgot the name of it. It'll come to me. It's it'll come to me. But as I'm eating it, I'll tell you more about that one. Right. Okay. So we're going to start with the Hebden Goat. If I'm pausing, it's because messages keep popping up on my phone. It's I don't know if. Anyway, Hebden Goat. This is made in Hebden Bridge, which isn't far from me. It's the next county over and about 5 villages along, maybe 6. It's made by a lady called Gillian. She's only got 10 goats, so as you can imagine, she doesn't make a great deal of this. And she's got a full-time job as well. She works at university. So, you know, before work and after work, she's busy making cheese out of goat's milk, her own 10 goats that she milks herself. So, Gillian. Oh, it's beautiful. I love goat's cheese. I was driving about France once, and there was a farm that selling goat's cheese, and I went in, and she didn't speak a word of English, the farmer's wife. And I only knew schoolboy French, like, you know, attention, Mickey, à la fenêtre, things like that. And that was when the football was going to go out the window, which isn't relevant when you're buying cheese. And where was I? Oh yeah, anyway, so I went into this room full of cheese with this French woman. Sounds like the start of a movie, doesn't it? Anyway, I went in this cheese room with this lady, and they had fresh cheese from the day before, all the way up to like 3 months old, and it got darker and darker and darker. So I think I've got 3 or 4. One of yesterday's, and the fresh stuff from the day before, it was like a dessert. It's absolutely fantastic. And then it got stronger and stronger, and it was like a really nice pungent cheese. But this tastes really fresh. I could just eat this on its own. Well, I can with most cheese, to be honest. But I won't be putting chutney on it. I'm not even bothering with a cracker, to be honest. That is delicious. Oddly enough, I'd put that on a strawberry. Hebden Goat's cheese. Hebden Goat. Absolutely fantastic. I'm going to say now that is the nicest goat cheese I've ever had. So I'm just a big thank you to the people at the Courtyard cheese shop who sorted out these cheeses, because they are 1 out of 5. The others might be terrible, but that's lovely. Right, next, hang on. Fresh in my palate. You know, it's I don't want one cheese overpowering the next. So this is a Darling Blue. Yeah. It's made up on it's made in Berwick on the Scottish borders, the Doddington farm by the Maxwell family. It's another family owned business. It's a cow's cheese. Let's see what it tastes like. Oh, very nice. Very creamy, that. Nice creamy blue cheese. Very buttery on your palate. Quite sweet as well, that. Absolutely delicious. I've had some delicious blue cheeses lately, and this is one of them. I could sit and eat that all day, just pick at it. It's fantastic. Darling blue. Right. The next one, Berwick Edge. It's the same farm. It's from the Doddington farm. I say the Maxwell family run it, make the cheese. And this is an aged Gouda. 12 years old, 12 month old Gouda. Blew off there. I should be using the same knife really, should I? But it's only me here. That's very nice. Very full flavoured, that. I find some cheeses, they sting the outside of my tongue. I don't know what that is, it might just be me. This is doing it a bit. Very nice though, even though it's sort of making my tongue water more than it's able to, so it hurts. In a good way. In fact, try the bit of chutney, see what difference it makes. Yeah. These first two are just eat on their own. This one, just a bit of something to lubricate its way down. It's stuck to the inside of my mouth completely. My mouth's all clogged up. Which, I almost forgot to mention, I brought some of that again. This is quince paste, as opposed to quince jelly. It's a great accompaniment for cheese if you don't want to use chutney. Well, I've got some chutney as well, but I'm going to see if this anti-clags. Oh, what a combination. You know, I've not seen this in supermarkets. It doesn't mean you can't get it in supermarkets. I've never really looked, but good cheesemongers sell it. I'd like to be a cheesemonger. I think I could mung cheese. I'd have to learn a lot more about it than I already know, but yeah, I could mung cheese. So, 2 more to go. And I've still got to try and remember the name of that one. It'll come to me, don't worry. Right. This is a sheep's cheese, St James's. Unusually, it's a washed rind sheep's cheese. Now, I hear some of you say, not all of you, but some of you will be saying, what's a washed rind cheese, Steve? Well, surface ripened cheeses, there are 2 sorts. Washed rind and the other sort. The other sort are like your brie and your camembert, and they have like a white, soft coating, which is mould. It's penicillin candidum. It's just a natural mould that grows on the cheese and helps ripen it, and over time it softens it and makes it a bit more buttery and a bit stronger. And the mould feeds on the protein, so the cheese gets softer and gooier, and you get a really old camembert sagging in the middle, isn't it? It's fantastic. Washed rind, they're dipped in brine, mainly brine, but sometimes it can be done in brandy or beer or wine or whatever, but it's normally brine. And it puts a different sort of naturally occurring mould on the outside, and you can usually tell because it's got a bit of an orange hue to it. And it's a lot harder, like I say, brie and camembert are soft to touch, aren't they? This is, it's got a bit more about it. And usually when you get a sheep cheese, they're normally quite soft, aren't they? But it's not hard, but the crust is. Any surface ripened cheeses, whether it be your bries, your camemberts, or your rind wash ones, you can eat the rind. Excuse me. No problem at all. Just don't eat the waxed ones. That's a mistake I've made in the past. Right, so here we have a used cheese. Now, the fact I'm reaching straight for something to put on it means it's so far it's not my favourite on the board. It's okay, it's a nice cheese. I probably wouldn't spend money on that one again. It's not my favourite. Try it. It might be your favourite. What can I say? There's got to be one out of this lot that might be two that I'm not keen on. It's not that I'm not keen on it. It's a nice cheese, but I prefer these three. Right, so I've had a few minutes to think about what this one is. It's a Summerfield. Now, it's an Alpine style cheese. And the thing with these Alpine style cheeses is they're in short supply. They can't make, for technical reasons, you can't make this cheese with milk from cows that have been fed on silage. If you don't know, that's when they're in winter shelter, they feed cows silage. It can only be made when they're actually out in pasture, so in the summer months. So there's only a short window of time where they can actually get the milk to make these Alpine style cheeses. And this, Summerfield, is one of them. So, if you like your Gruyere or your Comte, this is for you. It has that effect on me, so it makes the outside of my tongue tingle at the back. But it's a proper cheese taste. This sort of cheese, I could have it on crackers. I could cook with it. It's fantastic. Cheese flavoured cheese for cheese lovers everywhere. If you come across this, if you're in prison and you want to break out, get hold of some of this. Polish it with your boot polish. Anyway, you don't have to do that, but you could just stay in. because it'd be black, wouldn't it? If you polished it with your boot polish, it'd be black. It'd look like a gun. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, that's all for now. I hope you've enjoyed watching. I've really enjoyed eating these cheese. My tongue's a bit sore. But I need to freshen my palate a bit. I bought all these cheeses at the Courtyard cheese place, cheese shop, cheesemongers, near Settle. If you're ever passing that way, it's really worth popping in because they're really nice people and they really know the cheeses. Bye for now.